Yeah, so Google, it's probably a bit tricky in that a lot of the internships tend to focus on more computer science kinds of problems. Uh, so we do have a research blog that there are a lot of publications that Google puts out. So, the best way is to figure out if you are doing something that's well aligned with specific people within Google, to contact them. So Google's kind of an interesting model. A lot of the quants, like myself, tend to be more generalists. And there are a modest number of people who do very in-depth research on problems that are very Google specific. So there are a lot of people working on MC kinds of computations. There are a lot of people working with like large-scale stochastic gradient descent optimizations. There are a lot of people working on just general machine learning kinds of problems. So if you happen to be doing work that's like along those kinds of lines, it's going to be pretty obvious who the person to talk to is. Otherwise, there are lots of alternatives. So it's tricky to but if you're doing the right thing, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay. Yeah.
And each of you could pick one thing you wish you had working at your present job or course or something.
I have this one again, hopefully.
Okay.
Well, I wish I had my early geoff enthusiastic now, after in retrospect. But in terms of professional qualification, I do wish I had better knowledge of real and complex analysis. These are the things that I would like to bridge. On the other hand, as researchers, I believe that our lifelong mission is to keep on learning. And I would feel very bad if I would be at the point where I feel very content with everything I know. To me, that's actually the worst thing to be in, right? If there's always some next objective to pursue, that's great. So that's the current state. That's what I would like to learn. But
I'm just curious about you're solving English problems for medical or physical problems. Is it related to the products produced by IBM?
okay, sure. There is a lot of misnomer about what IBM is doing and who is IBM. And for me as well, when I came to IBM, I was sure that IBM is doing this, right? Manufacturing laptops. And IBM research have a very broad interest in solving the words of the problem, or the problems of the world, right? So we call it making the world our lab, and we literally try to do that. There are clients that would like us to advise on medical aspects, healthcare aspects. There are clients that are interested more on the geoscience aspects, and there are many other things like banking, insurance, you name it, right? Environment, material sciences. So there's really no limitation in terms of the spectrum of problems that we tackle. There's no limit as for what we would say qualify into our domain of expertise and what is outside our comfort zone. But I believe that IBM is quite unique in that respect. So most other industries have a better focus.
Okay. So maybe Jeff can still answer Rick's question.
Oh, sure. Statistics. So I came through grad school without taking much in the way of statistics, and most of the stats that I know were because I was in a very pure department that had to teach a statistics class. And so they said, oh, well, you do some applied stuff. You should teach the mathematical stats class. So I'm almost entirely self-taught. And over the last few years, I've slowly read lots of books. I took a sabbatical for a few months from Google and just sat there reading statistics books. There are some fantastic, this is a great time for self-learning, by the way. So Coursera, edX have excellent university level courses that you can do online at your own pace. And actually I spend a lot of my leisure time like learning machine learning kinds of techniques. It's fascinating and it's great. So yeah, definitely pick up some stats.
Learn stat. Okay. Okay. Maybe one more question or? Well, okay. So I guess we can still chat. So I'll delay things a little bit and let's take 10-minute break and we'll reconvene at 11.